What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Here we are sitting at about $2.30 right now. It is the 26th of February, you guys. We only have today, tomorrow, and the next day, and then February's over. We're behind, or the second month of the year is behind us. $2.29 now, $2.30, whatever you want to say it is. Looking at the daily RSI, we do have a higher low setup in the daily RSI with a lower low setup in the price. Yes, I'm aware this is a higher low here. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the closing price. This is the closing price. This was 2 days ago's closing price. That was a lower low with a higher low setup. Bullish divergence, my friends. And I believe we are at the base of this downtrend. Yes, we are the base of this downtrend here. Oftentimes, whenever you do have downtrends in the RSI, you don't see them come to completion until they do interact with the oversold zone. So this, you were reluctant to do it, but you still did it, and now you've got bullish divergence to show for it. I'm very confident, you guys, that was the low, and you are on your way higher. Yeah. Absolutely. It doesn't mean that it has to be immediate, right? It does not have to be immediately. Sometimes you do stuff like this where you have a day like this and then you inevitably come back down, you get some kind of double, triple bottom, whatever, and then you move up from there. And then that's where you get your progress. So don't be discouraged at all if you do go back down to around that $2 area. I don't suspect that you do, but it could happen. I would think a higher low, if anything, comes in. If not, you're just on your way straight up, man. I mean, this could be a really good reaction. Bouncing off the oversold zone does set you up for some pretty strong things. So whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, whenever you break out, or you start pumping, I should say, which it could be today, you're going to move up rather immediately to $2.66, $2.80. That's the target area. Whether it's today, whether it's 4 days from now, but that's the next target area. Previous areas of resistance here. Previous areas of support there, prior areas of resistance here as well. So 266 to about $7.80, somewhere in that range is where you'll go. Of course, you could go higher. You do have this low here and then this higher low here. You've got a W shape. Oftentimes in moments like this, you actually do exceed this central point, and that actually does make sense too, because this would be your, technically from this low, this would be your first, second, third attempt to your golden ratio. I take it back. I take it back entirely. When you move up, you're not stopping here. If you do, for but a moment, because you're not going to stop here like you did here, right? I think you actually do just move right on up to $2.96 to $3.16. I think this next move is going to catch people off guard, right? XRP, the reason why is because XRP has been moving down now consistently, like a lot of cryptos have since the middle of January, or some have been moving down since December, but consistently, this move up, if we move up to here, we might be like, oh, it's prior areas of resistance. It's a clear area to sell. It's going to catch people off guard. I don't think it's actually going to stop there. I think it will go here. It caught me off guard, but I had to give it some extra thought. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense that we would go up here because, again, I think a lot of people are misinterpreting this as a head and shoulders pattern. I say a lot of people. I don't mean a lot of people, but maybe the suckers who are getting suckered into this, right? It's not a head and shoulders pattern at all. And this will catch a lot of people off guard. I think we are moving up to 296 to 316. If not over the next few days, sometime in the first week of March. It's going to happen soon. So you got a little move coming your way. That's nice to see. That would make sense. Of course, you would get a move like that, right? After finding your lows, finding higher low on your fibs overall, and you're breaking out of your daily downtrend of the RSI, you might get a nice move. Yeah, of course. Whenever you get above $3.16, you get above this 886 here, you are immediately thinking $4, $5, higher prices than that. All right. We don't know when this is going to happen. Could it happen mid-March? Could it happen late March and then continue into April? Like when are we looking for this zone? Is it going to happen early March? All we know is that when you break above the 886, that's when it's time to start thinking about this is going to happen in the days to come afterwards, the weeks to come afterwards, right? Probably already weeks from now, we will be above $4 at new all-time highs for XRP. But this is that moment. It's that flashpoint moment. To look forward to, and we're going to go there. I do think that we're going to go there now. Whether it's to end this week, over the next like 4 or 5 days, we could go there. It could be over the next couple days that we go there. XRP can move fast to the upside whenever it wants to, but I do suspect we will find resistance here. Likely we'll pull back to this area where some people might have sold, expected to find resistance there. We'll bounce. You'll get a little check back, a secondary chance, a last board, last call, all aboard call right there. If not, then you might do something where you consolidate between the 886 and the 786, which it's a very powerful signal, but it's less likely to happen. But if you see something like this where you reject the 886, you find support at the 786, and you make your way back up to the 886, I would think you're about to do something crazy, right? So, but likely this, you go down to the golden ratio somewhere in this area, and then you come back up, right? It'll take a little bit more time. I would suspect on this notion alone, probably it would be the middle of March, if not late March, by the time that you do break out to new all-time highs, right? Maybe not the first week. The first week of March would dictate 296 to 316, and then going later into March, we can talk about $4. Maybe the second week, third week, something like that. Ending March, I would think that we continue higher, and going into April, I think we'll be making our way up to these $6, $7, and beyond targets, right? We actually have targets all the way up at $11. I haven't forgotten those. Those are not forsaken, right? I'm just talking about these near-term targets by the end of April, by like middle April, if not very, very early April, you guys. XRP will be worth something that's above $8, $8.30, was it? $8.37, if not as high as about $13.57. And it is common enough with the 1414 to not stop right at it, but to go through it, wick above it, close below it, and then go down, something like that, right? So, however, I don't think we really go to 1356. I would suspect more so that we stop somewhere around about $11, $10 in that area. That's my personal call. High to low here. The 2618 is right there at $9.60. 1140 is the 2886. We call that the money zone. And then there was something else. What was it? Just the, was it the high to low? Maybe it's the measure move. Maybe that's what it is that makes me think you're going to go here. Let's see. It might be the high to low of the last cycle, but I just want to check. We're going to take high, low to high here, put it here, something like that. If you were to break out. No, that can't be what it is, because I don't actually even think this is a bull flag. But you could move. I do think you're going to move up very similar to this, right? That's why I did that. If anybody's like, this isn't a bull flag, you can't measure that. I'm aware it's not a bull flag. It actually looks more like a diamond top, if anything, from here. Or maybe it's a falling wedge to some degree. But not, it's not a falling wedge, because if you look at the daily time frame, it's more just moving sideways. It's this, I mean, you can kind of see it's like a falling wedge, but I would say it's more of a diamond pattern. But the only reason, sorry, I'm getting all caught up here. The only reason that I did the measure move for a bull flag here is because I do suspect, I do anticipate that XRP will see a move much like this move, whether it's slightly bigger, slightly smaller, or very, very close to the same size. I expect that we see something on the lines of this move, and that would take us up to about $11. But let's see, from this high to low here, high to low here, the 1886 is at 1071, and I think we go above the 1618 here, so that's why 1071 to $13 is where I think we're going to go. Yeah. Looking back at this thing on the 1 hour time frame, you're at about $2.29 now. 1 hour RSI getting higher highs than any of these other highs. You're at an area that you found resistance before, right? All of these times found resistance. You have a higher high while promoting a lower high in the price. That is hidden bearish divergence. It looks like a lower high now. Obviously, you probably are finding resistance here. So you probably come back down. Where are you going to come back down to? And this is on the 1 hour period, so we're talking like within the next 8 hours probably. If not, certainly by the end of this day, the 26th of February. $2.24 to $2.17, somewhere in that zone. Maybe as low as $2.10, but you're not going to go below $2 again, you guys. Or sorry, you didn't even go below $2. You're not going to go below $2.10 again. I don't think so. $2.29 now. Over the rest of the day, you probably pull back to $2.17. Really bullish if you bounce off of about $2.24 there. Either way, something in this area is what I'm expecting. If you go lower, that's fine too. But from there, we'll likely work our way higher and see all of those targets that we just went over. Okay, 1 hour time frame looks really good. 4 hour time frame as well in a downtrend might be set up. Yeah, if you go lower here, bounce off the oversold zone, right? And you'd have that bullish divergence potentially. If you were to have bullish divergence, you would actually have to go below this here, and that's at 215. So yeah, maybe you do go right down to 210, but you don't need bullish divergence to end it, right? A lot of people think you need bullish, but you don't need it. It's unnecessary, right? Like here at this low, you didn't have bullish divergence, but that was a low. You still moved up afterwards, and inevitably you moved down, but that's beside the point. Daily RSI too. That is bullish divergence. That is a good look. And even if today closes lower, that bullish divergence is still there. Like even if we get a lower close today than 227, but I don't think we do. I think some point today we close at the lowest around like 210. Maybe we don't even get that low. We hold 224 and then we start moving up. I would suspect today closes green, if not somewhat neutral. And then we're on our way, you guys. We're on our way up. I've got nothing else for you. I think I've said everything I need to say. If you like the video, hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.